What's up, movie crew? Welcome to the first ever Let's Rant. Alright, so this is a new series where I am going to give my thoughts and opinions on something involving movies, cinema, and all that other stuff that's either bothering me or something where I can finally let out my feelings. So, before we get into anything, if you are new to this channel, my name is Luke. This channel is Let's Watch a Movie, and if you're into anything cinema and physical media related, you've come to the right place, so hit that subscribe button. Also, while you're here, leave a like and comment down below. Let me know if you want more Let's Rant. Alright, so it has been reported that the Cinemark is looking at filing for bankruptcy. Cinemark also owns Regal. And in my area, there's a Regal in the area where I live. There's a Regal in the area closest to me. And there's one IMAX Regal about an hour and a half from where I live. So, my thoughts on Cinemark looking at filing for bankruptcy. Now, I am only going to be speaking from my own personal experiences from going to 3, and there's been a 4th Regal I have been to occasionally here and there when I'm out of town. Cinemark did it to themselves. Simple as that. Here's why I'm saying this. Alright, everything that I'm about to mention about my issues with my local Regal, as well as one of the issues I've had with one of the other Regals in my area, all of this stuff has happened this year alone. We're not talking about all the other issues I've had with them over the years. We are just talking the year 2022. Alright, so let's get into this. For starters, my local Regal, the customer service is shit. Simple as that. There's no nice way to put it. For example, one of the times I'm getting ready to get a ticket, having done retail experience before, usually you're supposed to greet someone with, "Hello, how are you? How may I help you today? What are you getting today?" So on and so forth. The number of times from different people, mind you, I get up to the counter, "What?" That's not how you greet someone, especially in a service where you're doing something like that. That being someone's first introduction to going to a Regal theater or a Cinemark theater or even any theater. You got someone who's taking their kid to see their first ever movie and they get introduced to what? Chances are that person's not coming back. And this has happened multiple times. There was one instance where I believe it was when I went to go see Thor: Love and Thunder because I was seeing the next showing over, which was an hour later. I was like, you know what? I'm here. I'm going to get a different concession other than popcorn or ice cream. Pretty much everything else has to be made, so there's a little bit of a wait. So I'm like, all right. I can wait for either the pizza or the corn dog nuggets, the chicken nuggets. I forget what else it is they've got. But I ordered one of those. And the people behind the counter were so adamant in not making the food. First it's going to be a 10-minute wait. I was like, well, I'm seeing a movie that's not playing for another hour. So I can wait 10 minutes. To which the person then wanted to come back and go, well, our stoves aren't on, so it's going to take 30 minutes to heat everything up before we can then put the food on there. So it's actually going to be a 40-minute wait. They were just going after every little thing to not make the food. Now, I want to point out that I don't regularly get concessions at my local movie theater. The only other instance was when I went to my closest IMAX location. Now, I want to say the IMAX theater near where I live, shout out to the Regal in Charlottesville, y'all are pretty good. Y'all are nice. I like y'all. I just don't live close enough to y'all to go to you that often. But every single thing, it was like, all right, I can wait a few minutes. And they just kept piling and piling and piling. To the point where I was like, all right, I just won't get anything. And then it was like, well, we've got popcorn. It's like, no, I actually wanted to eat something and y'all have stuff that could count as a meal until I can get home to eat dinner. That's all I was looking for. I can't do popcorn as a replacement for a meal or of any kind. Simple as that. Another instance was when I went to go see the movie Nope. I saw it on a Sunday. I think the first showing was 11:30 and then the next showing was 12:30. I get there a little bit before 12, tell them I want a ticket to see Nope. And the girl behind the counter tries to give me a ticket to the movie that's already showing. I said, I want one for the next showing, the 12:30. And I don't know why, but for whatever reason, she was about to say, oh, you want one for the 2:30 showing? I said, no, the 12:30 showing. To which she then once again tried to give me one to the 11:30 showing. I don't know why it was so difficult for me to be able to get a ticket for the next showing. I don't even know why they were trying to give me a ticket to the one that was already showing. Yes, there's a ton of previews before some of these movies, but I'm pretty sure at the time I got there, Nope was already playing. So, I already know the next thing that some of you are probably going to say. Well, why don't you go to one of the kiosks? Most of these have kiosks outside the theater, or get something from the app or Fandango. I will say I like using Fandango. Got no issues with it. But I have to pick up the tickets at the kiosk. The kiosk at the theater near me never works. The second closest theater, those kiosks never work. They are always broken. And yes, I have tried to do the app. I've got plenty of space on my phone. A 200 megabyte app should not destroy the remaining 5 gigs of hard drive I still have on my phone. The number of times that app caused my phone to freeze. I wasn't even using the app. It was like a Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon. I'm trying to just check something real quick on my phone, and my phone froze up because the Regal app was acting up. I wasn't using the app. It wasn't even open on my phone. So yes, unfortunately, the best option for me to get a ticket is to go inside and order one. Which leads me to another issue. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, ever since lockdown happened, my local Regal does not use their box office anymore. Go in there on a Saturday or a Friday and try to get a ticket. You're going to be in line for at least 20 to 30 minutes because of all the people getting concessions. And one of the other things I've noticed, there's always like 6 or 7 people behind the counter, and there's usually 2 registers open. And unfortunately, I wish I would have done a screenshot of this so I could post it on here and show all of you. One day they had pissed me off to the point where I was like, all right, I'm buying a ticket at the counter so I can get a receipt and fill out that survey to let them know how worthless they are. I go on there, certificate's out of date. So I was on an unprotected website, so my computer wouldn't even let me get on the website to fill out the survey because there was no security certificate. How does a multi-billion-dollar corporation not have enough money to have a freaking security certificate so that I can actually go on their website? And for whatever reason, this is the only section of their website that I can't access. I even tried to get someone else to do this for me. I was like, hey, can you go on this website and tell me what happens when you try to go onto it? And the person texted me back and said, I can't go on it. So something tells me that someone at Cinemark or Regal know that this is an issue to the point where I'm going to be wearing a conspiracy theory hat here for a minute. So let me get my tinfoil hat on for a moment. I honestly would not be surprised if they're doing this on purpose because they know that people are going to leave negative feedback. So yeah, I stand behind that. All right. 2020, we all know what happened. I obviously, for many different reasons, can't really say too much on there because YouTube will strike the video. Well, they're not going to strike it, but you get the picture. Okay. One of the things that pretty much any public service building has been required to do is up their standards of cleanliness. Make sure things are clean. Make sure things are nice and spotless and all that other good stuff. So, the first time that this happened was when I was seeing Thor: Love and Thunder, i.e. a Marvel movie where you're supposed to sit there until the lights in the theater turn back on. And the second one was with Marcel the Shell with shoes on. I'm sitting there in Thor: Love and Thunder waiting for the next post-credit scene. And there's people coming inside the theater waiting to sit down for the next showing. I saw it opening night. I saw it on Friday. Okay? One of the busiest nights for movies. They didn't even bother to clean the theater. They were just trying to get another screening in and were trying to rush us out before the movie was even over. Unfortunately, I can't really say too much with Marcel the Shell. As much as I like the movie, it was short, and there was probably like 5 people in my theater. But Love and Thunder was almost sold out. And you're trying to bring people in while this screening is still playing. There should be some sort of gap between showings to give them time to clean these theaters, and they're not doing it. And like I said, this has happened to me twice now, and I normally go to the movies on Fridays or Saturdays, i.e. the 2 busiest days of the week for a movie theater. So, yes, I'm aware there's the whole, well, there's stuff now on streaming, and there's different companies are now doing limited screenings, and some people aren't going because they know that they've only got a few weeks to wait before it hits VOD or hits whatever streaming service it's already been announced to go to. I'm not denying that that has anything to do with it. But I know for a fact I'm not the only disgruntled Regal customer either. And when you've got people who are so disenchanted, upset, agitated, pissed off, disgruntled, so on and so forth, to the point where they don't want to go to the movie theater anymore, you're now losing money. And when you're losing money, yes, your stock prices are going to drop. And I'm not denying some of the other factors here. But when you're not willing to do something at the base of everything, which is, hey, make people feel welcome when they're here. Let people know that they are safe from whatever diseases are currently all over the news. Instead, you get annoyed people waiting on you. You've got others waiting to come in or trying to come in while you're still watching a movie. Even though you've got a menu that you're looking at, you've pretty much already been told that you can't get that stuff. You either get popcorn, candy, or ice cream, or you don't get a thing. And these people are going to be upset. Like I said, I'm not the only person. I can say that without a doubt in my mind. And it's not just my area. I wanted to prove my point on this. So I went to the next location, which is about 40 to 45 minutes where I live, with some friends I know that live in that area. And two of them straight up told me the only reason that they were seeing the movie was because I said I was going to be in the area that day. They don't like their local Regal either, and that's the second closest location to me. And pretty much named the same things I did. You pretty much have to order your ticket at the counter because the app's frozen, the kiosks don't work. Even if you say you want like something on the menu that's not popcorn or ice cream, they're going to find some way to tell you not to get it. The theaters haven't been cleaned before you go to sit down. And it leaves people disgruntled. Honestly, I've only been to 2 different AMC theaters. The other theaters in my area are all locally, independently run. And those are the best ones that I go to. The 2 that I tend to go to are Westlake Cinema, which recently reopened. Congrats on being able to do that. And the Venue, which is a second-run theater in my area, which plays the movies before they go to physical media or VOD. Both of those are great. But one's an hour away from me, and the other one, with me doing reviews, I can say it now, like, Vengeance is one of the lowest viewed videos on the channel because I ended up reviewing it a month after it's already been out. And it's not a movie that's been doing big numbers in box office. Yes, there's a lot of other factors. Like I said, there's definitely people not going to the movies like they used to. Movie companies are not putting as much faith in lower budget and mid-budget movies. I think The Lost City is the only movie that I saw that had a budget that was larger than $20 million, but not a blockbuster movie. So yeah, movie studios could put a little bit more marketing into some of their other movies that aren't their big blockbusters. So there are other factors. I'm not denying that. And a lot of this stuff is what's eventually leading to the Cinemark having to file for bankruptcy. But at the end of the day, common courtesy is one of the things that will make people want to go back. Let me give you an example on what I mean on this. If I go out to eat somewhere, Chick-fil-A is not necessarily a place I like to eat at. It's good food, but it's not filling. But Chick-fil-A has great customer service. I know if there's an issue with my food, they'll apologize. They'll refix it right there on the spot. I have an issue at the Regal. They don't give a fuck. And I'm wording it that way, but that's pretty much how it is. So yes, at the end of the day, to whoever the CEO is of Cinemark, yeah, you've got a global pandemic. Yes, you've got movie studios that are pretty much putting all of their budget money or marketing money into their big tentpole titles. But at the end of the day, y'all are hiring people that don't give a shit about the customers. We're the ones that are putting money into this particular business. And when you make us feel ungrateful, we don't want to put our money into your business. And that is pretty much the basic foundation of what you are doing. So yeah, going ahead. Blame something that's affected every other company, and some of these are definitely still standing. Some are even doing better than before. So yeah, try that one. Movie studios. Yeah, some of them could be doing better. Not gonna lie. But that's about the only one that you can blame without blaming your own people. Simple as that. I stand behind what I say. Cinemark having to file for bankruptcy, if they treated their customers with some level of dignity and respect, we wouldn't be having this problem. And I stand behind that. That is going to be it for this particular rant. I do have an idea for another rant for anyone that would like me to do another one of these. If so, comment down below because I already know what I want the second Let's Rant to be. And to anyone watching this, let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Cinemark filing for bankruptcy? Do you agree with my thoughts on why they have pretty much did it to themselves? Do you think it's other reasons? And for the record, no, I don't like the idea that the biggest theater in my area might have to shut down. But at the same time, I do have options. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit longer of a drive, but I can't be too upset about one closing when I have other options. Simple as that. And to anyone running the AMC theaters, if y'all are still doing good, you want to come to Central Virginia, I would greatly appreciate that. Your closest location is like an hour and 10 minutes away from me. And when you run a movie review channel, you kind of need something so you can keep doing that. But let me know your thoughts on this one. And as always, thank you for watching. Tune in next time.